Good morning, YouTube. Hey, I'm making this video specifically for Blackguard in response to his response to my video on the drug testing controversy. I've taken some notes. I've read I watched your videos, and man, you do some nice editing, dude. I wish I could edit this. I wish I had the interest to make my stuff so clean. But anyway, and another thing is, dude, we're brothers, man. We're both veterans. You know, we both served the Republic, and you know, we're more alike than we are different. But you know, so I respect how you feel, because what is going on with taxation these days is a huge moral dilemma. But and you keep saying that, you know, this is very unfair for the taxpayers, and I agree. But what you're talking about here in instituting this policy of removal of Fourth Amendment rights to unreasonable search and seizure does not provide any tangible benefit, and especially in regards to the function that government is supposed to provide, which is to ensure our rights. That it is not the government's function to be a welfare state under the Constitution, under which we swore to defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So I would say that, and you have a total misconception of this welfare drug testing thing. The problem is actually a monetary problem, in that the Federal Reserve is just able to print as much money as the government needs without any basis on reality to the actual tax revenues. Because if it was a business or anything, or like an individual, if the U.S. government was an individual, they could not borrow what they do. You know, so what we're talking about, the bloated budget, the out of control spending in Washington, is a function of the Federal Reserve. And it's not a function really of, which there is a lot of fraud and abuse. I'll agree with you there too. But the government would be a wiser spender if they didn't have a blank check provided by the Federal Reserve. Okay, so first off, that is the source of the problem. And until we take care of that problem, these other things we're about to talk about become very complicated with this free money that the government is just able to throw around wherever they like, and especially because they do not abide by their constitutional limitations, and they try to provide services that are not constitutionally mandated, you know, like health care and welfare. There's nothing in the Constitution for that. And that's why I think all welfare or government support of that nature is totally wrong. So you're kind of incorrect in calling me a libby or something. What are you calling me? A libertarian? A lefty? A liberal? On none of those, dude. I'm an anarchist. The government has a monopoly on the use of force to make us accept those dollars, and there are people out there like yourself that, and myself too, man, because I paid the taxes too, dude. Just because I don't have a job and I'm not paying income taxes, that doesn't make me a lesser citizen. Because, you know, I was a good boy, you know, years ago too. But anyway, here, I'll just go through some of these quick some of these things. So yeah, the thing is about the drug testing is the drug testing is part of the failed drug war. You know, we've been fighting this drug war since 1970, and safe to say that drug use is more rampant today under Prohibition than it was prior to 1970. Prior to 1970, you could walk into almost any high school in America, and most of the kids were not smoking pot. And you do that today, it's rampant. And in fact, high school kids are good sources for pot. So this delusion that prohibition is going to solve that medical, because drug addiction is a medical problem. It's a medical problem, not a moral problem. Because drug use in and of itself is not, like I said, is a medical problem. If you, if you use aspirin to cure your headache, it does not affect me, whatsoever, what kind of drugs you use to cure your ills. You know, personally, I would use something different, but that is your prerogative. And you see, in a free society, in a free market, with freely available information, we would be able to make these choices as informed consumers. But you see, we are controlled by an oligarchy of drug companies, government agencies that have vested interests for us to have to deal with their monopoly. You know, be it a drug, be it the welfare system, be it the Federal Reserve. They want this monopoly of power, and they do not appreciate competition. Okay, so that's what I say about the drug thing, or the drug testing thing at all. You know, drug testing would not even be an issue if there was no prohibition. You understand what I'm saying? And we wouldn't have drug violence if the stuff was legal, if it was a regulated market. But it's not. And why is that? Well, because you make more money off of illegal drugs than you do illegal drugs. And that's why they're illegal, man. The CIA's been selling heroin in this freaking country for decades, man. Why do you think we're in Afghanistan? Why do you think our troops guard poppy fields? They don't eradicate them, because that's freaking CIA product. Meant for this. Meant for you and me, man. But until we get rid of the drug war, they're going to be able to obfuscate things with these, drug tests or whatever, It's just, it's a real fallacy. And, in drug addiction, the thing with drug addiction and poverty is, and I have a perfect example of it here recently. If you have something to do that's productive, you'll typically do that activity and not do drugs or self-destructive behavior. So, because we treat drug addiction as a moral issue, and we put them in prison, and we put them, and we're so punitive with them, When they and that's the thing that you cease to comprehend, I guess, about my comparisons to the diabetics and the heart patient that takes glycerin. These people have medical conditions and they take drugs to live a healthy life, and they're not put in prison for it. But because I choose a substance which I've read in the Bible is mandated for our use and for communion with God. And if you don't believe that, that's your prerogative. However, the First Amendment still provides me free exercise of religion. And you didn't even address that issue. You said it was wrong? No, dude. Religious beliefs are all correct. You cannot put a value that, Christianity is better than Hinduism, is better than this, better than that. And it's a law. It's law, dude. The government can't come out and say that, one thing is better than another, because then they would be advocating a state religion, and that's unconstitutional too. So anyway, I would like to hear more about that religious question that you kind of avoided in your video. I am going to include a lot of information supporting what I'm saying here. I'm not saying this just out my ass. The evidence is irrefutable. There is no political solution. So painting this as some kind of, the taxpayers are being defrauded. Well, of course, because taxation is theft. Taxation is immoral. To talk about the moral question. So you're talking about the hurt from a totally immoral action, taxation, and how it's used. Well, I agree with you totally. But, if we spend money on whatever, it doesn't matter if we're spending it on social programs, war, or corporate welfare, because that's another thing that you're not even addressing, dude. For every dollar that the small guy gets, the corporates get 2 or 3. But you don't even accept that reality, that there's corporate welfare out there too, pork barrel projects, and we're stuck with the bill for that one too. So the only real recourse that an angry taxpayer like you has, and Mitt Romney has said this, we need a good old-fashioned tax revolt. Well, let's see if he really starts a tax revolt. But that's what really needs to happen. Until we stop sending our taxes to Washington for them to misappropriate, fraudulently and corruptly spend, we're going to be fighting amongst ourselves over these little stupid drug test things when, like I said in the beginning, the problem is really a monetary policy, and it ain't going, it's not even, there's not even any light being shined on it. Okay? Let's see, let's flip over here and see what's on the other side. But I really enjoy this conversation. I just wanted to reply this real quick and keep this brief. And I'll include some links to what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, and please post your videos as video responses, dude. Video responses. It's right there underneath the comment thing. Make video response, man. I pre-approve all, comments and video responses. Please make a video response. Take the time. Make a video response. It's automatically going to be posted. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day.